Is anxiety destroying your personal confidence, your health, your wealth, and your relationships? If so, are you desperate to get rid of your anxiety? Today's episode, we are going to look at the 10 best ways to manage stress and anxiety naturally and effectively. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button and make sure you subscribe, hitting on the bell icon. That way you will ensure that you get notified about our next episodes. We are covering so many issues regarding transforming your personal health, your wealth, your relationships through the energy being that you are. So what is stress? Stress is a pressure that is exerted upon an individual or an object. Stress is considered a bad thing, but it isn't, because there's two types of stress. The first type is called a eustress. Have you ever been to the gym and you've lifted weights? Maybe you went for heavier weights than you would. And that's how you build muscle, right? You go for something that is pushing you to your comfort zone and beyond. But if you do things within your own comfort zone, then you never get fit or healthy. So that's what weights does. Or maybe you're preparing for an exam. You're doing all the revision before your test. It's stressful, but it prepares you for an exam, and that's a good thing. So all of that stress is called eustress. Without eustress, we will be like jellies. Our cells would collapse. We would not exist in the human form that we are. So we all need some amount of stress. It's only when that tension that you have within stress gets stronger and stronger, and it goes beyond your capability to manage, that it becomes a distress. So you go to the gym and you're lifting weights, but you're lifting 30%, 50%, 100% beyond your capacity. You end up injuring yourself, or you prepare for an exam that you are just basically not ready for. It will give you so much more stress. Anxiety is the whole thing about thinking too much about something that's going to happen in the future, something that's happened in the past. Basically, you are out of the present moment. Now, the thing with anxiety is everyone has some level of anxiety at any one given moment. However, if it becomes chronic, meaning that you are suffering from it on a day-to-day basis for at least 90 days, 12 weeks in a row, then it becomes very damaging to your physical body. Your organs get damaged. It becomes damaging to your relationships. And of course, it wears away your self-worth, your self-esteem, your confidence. In this episode, we won't go deep into what causes anxiety, because we can look at the biochemical causes like the lack of dopamine, serotonin, endorphins, the excess of cortisol and adrenaline or epinephrine. We can talk about that, but we'll do that in another episode. We can also talk about it from an energetic point of view, which is absolutely fascinating. Right now, today, we are going to look at getting you through this first stage of handling anxiety. So let's look at the 10 best ways to manage your stress and anxiety naturally. Number 10. Take vitamin D3 supplements as well as magnesium oil spray. Vitamin D3 is something that is missing during the colder months, the darker days. That's because we have a lack of sun. People with a lack of vitamin D3 end up suffering from seasonal affective disorder. They have issues with sadness and depression. That, from an energy point of view, affects your lungs in particular. So make sure you take vitamin D3 from the months of September, October, all the way through to February, March, if you live in the northern hemisphere. Magnesium is a mineral that is used in over 600 chemical reactions in your body. When people are low on magnesium, they have all sorts of health issues, including arthritis, sleep disorders, restless leg syndromes, and a whole bunch more. You can buy magnesium oil spray from a good health food store, preferably an independent, or you can make it yourself. Both vitamin D3 and magnesium are nature's antidepressant. Number 9. Have a digital detox. Did you know a lot of people have major sleep issues when they're suffering from anxiety, and anxiety leads to sleep issues? But with all the digital intrusion because of smartphones and Wi-Fi and broadband, people's circadian rhythms get affected. They're not producing enough melatonin, which is required for sleep, because they're exposed to social media, looking at their computer screen, looking at their smartphones late into the night. So you need to really cut down on the digital infiltration and the bombardment of information into your head, if you can just preserve at least 1 hour of life by not being in front of the digital world, you'll end up saving 365 hours in every single year. Number 8. Me time. What does that mean? This is a time you have to be selfish, but it's an enlightened self-interest. Doesn't matter if you've got kids, doesn't matter if you've got responsibility. If you don't place the oxygen mask on yourself, then how are you going to be any good helping others if you are not alive? So me time includes having a long soaking bath, but not everybody does that or wants that. So maybe go for a massage because that will relieve stress and so much pent-up muscular tension. Go for a sauna, walk in nature. Without a shadow of a doubt, every single day I'll go for a walk in the park for at least half an hour to an hour. It does wonders for you. Number 7. Serve others. Be somebody who is of unconditional service. Did you know actually helping others voluntarily has a massive effect on not just them, but even more so on you, the helper? So go and help out in a soup kitchen, or be someone who collects rubbish from the park or the woodlands and put them in the bin. That affects your mental health. Number 6. Build meaningful relationships. There is a massive correlation between those people who are anxious and depressed and their social networks and those people who are happy. And here's what happens. The more connections you have, and quality of connections I'm talking about, then the happier you end up being. It's just the way it is. This is scientifically proven. The people with the least amount of people or connections in the social network tend to be the least happiest. Like it or not, when you build meaningful relationships, that means you care for each other. You don't have to marry the person. You don't have to live in the same house. Just have people in your life who are there for you and you are there for them. No judgment, no criticism, no expectations. Just support each other. And you don't have to be best of friends to build a truly powerful social network. I would recommend that you go for at least between 5 and 10 people to start off with who you have some common interest. But one thing, avoid those social media groups who are whining, whinging and moaning. That will not help your anxiety. Number 5. Eat healthy, natural, unprocessed foods. Our bodies are not designed to have doner kebabs. I remember 10 years ago, or 15 years ago it may have been, where I had to work late into the night and I bought myself a doner kebab from the local shop, and it took me 4 or 5 hours after going to bed before I could sleep because my body was struggling so hard to digest the food. And by the way, I'm a healthy person. Eat as natural as possible, eat more plant-based food because we are designed to process them much more easily and effectively. And avoid fast foods, fried foods, canned foods as best as you can. Number 4. Pay attention to your sleep patterns or your circadian rhythm. You, as a human being, my friend, have been designed to be awake during the day and sleep during the night. Your body needs adequate sleep. Adequate sleep is anything between 7 and 8 hours on average for most people. Not 3 hours, not 12 hours, 7 to 8 hours for most people. However, your body only heals properly for every hour you sleep before midnight. If you sleep before midnight, between 11 and 12 p.m, for example, your body heals. It makes a massive difference. So allow yourself to go to bed earlier. Wake up earlier. It's not like you're going to lose your hours. It's just that you are shifting your hours around. Number 3. Change your mindset. Mindset is critical in so many health issues. If you want to be healthy, then pay attention to the words that are going in your mind. In other words, your thoughts, the words you are speaking. Are you the kind of person when it rains that you say, oh, it's miserable? Rain's been around for billions of years, long before humans came onto Earth. So why are you complaining? This is something that we've done. We've learned how to complain, whinge and moan, and that literally makes us sick. So change your pattern. If it's raining, what I've learned to do, especially being in Britain, they say weather makes you miserable because the weatherman on TV says, oh, it's going to be miserable tomorrow. What I've learned to do is change the language, which is say things like, oh, this is perfect weather for ducks or fish. Joke about it, laugh about it. Instead of finding problems, find solutions. So start changing your mindset. It's not just about positive thinking. Start believing in the good stuff. Start believing that you're lucky. Start believing you are blessed. And the more you do that, the less anxiety you will have. Now, here's one thing I have to share, which is not on the list, and it is critical, which is gratitude. The part of your brain that is active when you're anxious and depressed is also the part of the brain that is required to be active when you're grateful, but they can't happen at the same time. So when you're in a state of gratitude, you can't be depressed. Now, regarding the mindset, here's one thing you can do. Get yourself an elastic band, put it around your wrist, and every time you hear yourself saying something negative or think something negative, pull back really far back on the elastic band and then let go. Ouch! It's gonna hurt, but it's a way of recalibrating your nervous system, your brain, to stop thinking negatively. Movement work. Your body is not designed to be sitting on a couch, lying in bed, or sitting on a chair in an office all day. This is not what we're designed to do. We end up with so many different health conditions as a result. Your body is designed to move. Now, I'm a martial artist and I've been active in many sports, but I have to say the one movement work that has had the most impact on all of my bodies in the least amount of time is yoga. So my strong suggestion is do yoga for 20 minutes, 30 minutes minimum daily, and then take a class which is 90 minutes long once a week. As a result, you will find that your body and your mind start listening to each other in a positive direction. Have you noticed that people with anxiety issues who have anxiety attacks or panic attacks, they breathe from the top of their lungs? They panic breathe. Breath is critical. Without breath, you're dead. So practice breathing slowly in through your nose, out through your nose. The better your practice is, the healthier you will be physically and mentally. The practice of breathing consciously like this has been around for thousands of years. In fact, over 5,000 years ago, this has been practiced in India, and it's known as pranayama, which is really about the management of your energy through breath. So make sure you look into how to breathe through pranayama exercises. And finally, the number one recommendation for managing anxiety, and please remember everything else counts as well, the number one is daily meditation. What meditation does is create space between your thoughts. It creates space between your thinking patterns, and as a result, it automatically reduces anxiety. However, a couple of caveats. One, you need to do it every day. It should be like brushing your teeth. You don't miss brushing your teeth. I hope not. Brushing your teeth is every day. Meditation, you should do it once, if not twice a day. Make time for it. It is the best me time that you can do. Now, if you don't know how to meditate, if you've tried it and it's not worked for you, then I've got a special offer for you. It's free. It's my 27 secret meditation tips PDF. If you click on the link, then you can download the 27 secret meditation tips and have it for free. It's yours, and then start practicing the meditation. Meditation has hundreds of benefits, and you're going to hear more about these benefits in future episodes, but one of them I will tell you is it reduces blood pressure, it improves your heart condition, it improves your relationships, and it will improve the relationship you have with your mind and your body. I hope that's been useful for you, so make sure you write in the comments what you think resonates most with you. What are you going to apply? What are you going to implement? Because implementation, my friend, is the biggest key. So make sure you download that PDF, the 27 secrets to meditation, and let me know what topics you want to hear about so that you can transform your life and be the owner and the controller of your reality and your destiny. Thanks for watching. See you next time.